Hey there, and welcome to today's Explainer. We are going to be walking through a really powerful piece of writing today called The Sovereignty of Singleness. We live in a world that so often pushes this idea that you constantly need to be in a relationship to somehow be complete. And let's be real, that can make being single feel incredibly heavy sometimes. But today, we're going to completely reframe what singlehood actually means, and we're going to dismantle all that pressure together. So let's tackle the biggest myth right out of the gate. Singleness is not a plague. I really want you to hear that. There is just this immense, heavy societal stigmatization surrounding being single. Sometimes the world around us treats a solo relationship status like it's some deeply unfortunate condition. Well, we are going to immediately call that out and dismiss it right now. Being single is absolutely not a curse, it's not something you caught, and it is certainly not something you need to apologize for or frantically try to escape from. If you've been feeling that pressure, hey, it's a very real pressure, but it's entirely based on a totally false premise.
Society has this habit of treating singleness as a disease to be cured, right? Like it's a problem just waiting around for a partner to come along and fix it. But the source material we're looking at completely flips the script on that. Singleness is actually a season of rediscovery. It is an intentional, purposeful era. It's a time to find yourself again, to figure out exactly who you are when you aren't compromising or, constantly bending to fit alongside a partner. It's a profound shift in perspective, moving from feeling broken to feeling absolutely brimming with potential.
The author gives us this absolutely beautiful analogy. Think of singleness as a season, like a season of rain or season of drought, a time to be attached, a time to be detached. I just love how soothing that metaphor is. Think about the seasons of the year. They come, they go, they flow naturally. Your relationship status is exactly the same thing. It is simply a flowing phase of your life, not your permanent, unchanging identity. Just as there is a time to be attached to someone else, there's a very natural, very necessary time to be detached. Neither is better or worse than the other. They're really just different climates in the landscape of your life. And because it is just a season, the text urges us to embrace and enjoy each moment. I really want to encourage you to lean into exactly where you are right now. Don't spend your single season just sitting in the waiting room of life wishing you were in the next phase. There is a very specific, total unique joy present in this phase that you simply cannot experience when you're coupled up. So cheerfully embrace the freedom you have right now.
All right, that brings us to section 1, the joy in seeing others. Now, how do we usually react to all the romantic love we see around us when we're currently walking a solo path? The author writes something that honestly might sound a little radical at first. I enjoy watching couples together. This is a massive paradigm shift if you're used to feeling maybe a little pang of jealousy or sadness when you see people holding hands. But this text introduces a completely different, totally liberating way to live. It invites us to experience genuine delight when we observe couples. It's all about looking at love out there in the world and feeling a sense of warmth rather than a sense of lack. This really illustrates what it means to have a secure, single mindset. When you are truly sovereign in your singleness, you actually find couples interesting. You aren't negatively affected by their affection at all. In fact, it makes you smile and it makes you feel happy. You are genuinely glad that they have the opportunity to experience love. And the crucial takeaway here is this. Being completely secure allows you to be absolutely happy for others because you know, deep down in your bones, that their love story does not diminish your own worth, your joy, or your future in any way whatsoever. I need to pause here for a second and let this absolute certainty sink in. Singleness does not make you inadequate. Seriously, if you take away anything from our explainer today, please let it be this. Being single does not mean you are lacking. It does not mean you're unlovable or behind in life or somehow less than. You are completely 100% adequate and whole, exactly as you are right in this very moment. Which brings us to the actual definition provided by the source material. Singleness is the awareness that you are not defined by your relationship status. That is true sovereignty. It means you rule your own life. Your identity, your deep intrinsic worth, and your completeness, they are completely independent of who you are or aren't dating. You are not defined by a +1. You are defined by you. So how do we practically do this? Section 2, 3 ways to grow in your season. The source gives us 3 specific, highly actionable ways to really utilize this season for self-improvement and joy. First up, focus undivided attention on yourself. When else in your life do you get to be this wonderfully selfish with your energy? You can figure out what you love, what you hate, and what you want out of life without having to compromise. Number 2, experience growth and rediscovery. This is prime time for profound personal development. Read the books, take the classes, do the inner work, and rediscover those parts of your personality that maybe got a little quiet in the past. And third, dedicate time to family and friends. Singlehood isn't about isolation. It gives you this incredible freedom to deeply invest in your platonic bonds and your family ties, really strengthening the community that supports you unconditionally.
When you actually start doing these three things, you reach this amazing realization. Singleness truly is one of the most beautiful experiences you could ever have with yourself. It's not a waiting period. No way. It is a wonderful, deeply intimate, and wildly fun journey with your own soul. You literally get to be your own best friend, your own advocate, and your own greatest investment. The text leaves us with this incredible challenge. Singleness is a beautiful season. Use it wisely. My friend, you have this sovereign, completely undivided time right now. The pen is entirely in your hands, and you are fully complete exactly as you are. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought to carry with you. How will you write your story today? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Embrace your season, and I'll see you next time.